opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network.
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before, so can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look at my soul. I've been afraid I would follow alone. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
Welcome into a Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. If you're in the market for a brand new or slightly used automobile, you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your wallet to check out the good folks at Greenwood Chevrolet, because after all, you don't want to be paying high interest rates for the next 4 to 7 years, depending on how long the loan is. They got a great finance department, incredible sales department, and a service department that cannot be beat. So before you put pen to paper and sign your life away with car payments, check out what Greenwood Chevrolet has to offer. They're located on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. Last night, the last ride for the class of 2021, the football players. We had the Penn, Ohio game that we didn't get last year. We got it this year. And it turned out to be every bit as exciting as I thought it would. Unfortunately, well, the last time I said this, I got in a little bit of trouble. The wrong team won. Pennsylvania knocked off Ohio 20-17. Just a great, great game. DJ, you called the game. Some damn good talent on both ends.
You know, excuse me. When those two teams get on the field, you throw any records out the window or anything like that. It really was an honor to call that game last night, because for a lot of these kids, they were robbed of seeing any fans or the majority of fans in stands last night. It was a weird feeling for a little bit, because we did the entire season with limited fans, and then to see
4,000, yeah.
Unbelievable. It was so cool, and I was so happy for these kids and the seniors, and some of these kids will never play football again. And you got kids like Zathan Cross from Columbiana had a interception, a fumble recovery, and a lot of great plays on defense. Marco Ferry showed up and showed out. I'm trying to think who else. Brutus Ogilvie, Keaton Baker. You had the boys from West Branch. I mean, there's, I think, 4 of them, and they all did unbelievable in their own channels. So hats off to the coaching staffs and the Quad County Coaches Association for putting that on. And Pennsylvania, I mean, they just weren't going to be denied last night.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. They were down 17-13 with about 2:33 left in the fourth quarter. Dawson Snyder picked off Brutus Ogilvie and ran it back 55 yards for the touchdown. That put the Pennsylvania team up 20-17. By the way, Snyder was named the defensive MVP for the winners. He goes to Moon Township Schools, which is over by the Pittsburgh airport.
It's over by Coriopolis.
Yeah, it's over by the airport, over by Robert Morris. Just a really, really nice football program. From what I'm told, it's a real nice football program. And yeah, he came out and he got the pick and basically went untouched.
It was interesting. He picked it off. There was no clear way to the end zone. So it was kind of muddle huddle the entire way. He put on some moves to get to where he needed to go, but you give him credit because he stepped right in front of the Brutus Ogilvie pass on was that was 3rd and 10 or 4th and?
I think it was 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Now there's a lot of people, a lot of armchair quarterbacks and armchair coaches that were saying, well, run the football and burn their second time out and then punt the ball, and then they've got to go X amount of yards, the length of the field to score and beat you. Listen. It was an exhibition all-star game. If you're not going to go for it in that situation, when are you going to go for it? Like, I'm sorry. Jeff and Pat McAfee for the brand, punting, not in an exhibition game. You want to kick a 70-yard field goal with Clay Medvec, go for it. You want to go 4th and 11, go for it. But to crucify these coaches because they're letting the kids play?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's an exhibition. I mean, you want to win the game, but it's also an exhibition.
You can tell everybody wanted to win the game, but that doesn't mean that you don't stop doing what you do. Like, DJ Ogilvy passes the football. Like, that's his offense.
Yep.
His son is the quarterback.
Yep.
That's where he made his living. And he's a great coach. He's going to pass the football. And they didn't stop passing the football when they got it back one more time to try to win the game. And, you look at that, and Brock Hillier was named the offensive MVP, I think. And they just – amazing. You talk about the Springfield kids, though, because I didn't get to mention anybody but the kicker in Clay Medvec. Unbelievable job on defense by Clay Nesbeth. And then you had Austin Tyndall that had an unbelievable – I think it was a 78-yard touchdown, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's as fast as lightning, and it's greasy as a pig when it comes to tackling him. So Springfield showed up, put points on the board. With Mark Brungard being an offensive coordinator, you figured that might happen. He knows his kids better than anybody. But it was a great game. Ohio comes up on the wrong side of the stick, but you can't take anything away from those PA kids.
You know, it was 17-13. Or I'm sorry, it was. Let's back up here for a second. What was it? It was 13-10. The Ohio was down. Rashawn Reed was nailed on 4th and goal. He was stopped at the 1-yard line. Clayton Nesbeth, Xavier Cross got the guy down. And then on the first play, they hand the ball off to Marco. And from what I understand, he could and should have been tackled in the end zone for a safety. Shakes that tackle and follows his block. And 56 yards later, Ohio's in great field position.
Yeah, started right. And then bounced his way left and shimmied and shaked probably 3 or 4 defenders off. And he showed what Marco Ferry does. I mean, he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back to ever walk through the halls of Latonia High School.
Yeah, he is.
And I said, listen, if they put up a statue of Marco Ferry, there's not a whole lot of people that are going to go, I wonder why they did that. This kid made a living on Friday nights and did a great job all 4 years. It is an absolute shame and travesty that he will not be playing football at the next level. I ran into a coach last night at the next level that said, who's number 28 and who does he play for? And I said, that's Marco Ferry. He's Latonia. You need to go get a hold of him. Because he's just going, I say just going to Ohio State, going to the Ohio State University. He's going to go be a kid. He's going to go be a college student, and I think that's okay too.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And, it was just a great game. I wish Ohio would have won the game, but PA tops Ohio in the 42nd annual Penn Ohio Classic, and now we're officially into the summer months because the Penn Ohio game is now completely over with. That officially gets rid of 2020-2021 school year. What a great year it's been. COVID and all, it was a phenomenal year. Now it's time to get ready for 2021, 2022, and, well, colleges aren't the only ones that are, opening up the transfer portal, if you will. We here at YSN have a portal of our own that we're hoping the people will transfer into.
Yeah, I mean, we call it open enrollment. I think it's a good kind of marketing ploy, I guess, to get people to look at what we do at YSN. We've never charged a school a penny to utilize our services. We've got, you look at all these awesome names on the wall of the schools that we've had or have, and we would love to add to that number. We would love to do more. Our family continues to grow, both with the schools, with the organizations we cover, and of course with the people we bring in, the talent we bring in as part of our family. So July is going to forever be known as our open enrollment month at YSN. So if you're looking to become one of those family members from a teammate standpoint. If you want to call games, if you want to do stats, if you want to write, if you want to do anything at YSN, July is the time to get involved. And if you're looking to get more coverage from a team's perspective or an organization's perspective, literally got an email already about a travel ball team for softball that wants coverage now. So July 1st, we'll kick that off. All you got to do is contact us, message us on our social media, or if you want to email us, it's info@ysnlive.com, and we'll get you up and going for the upcoming school year, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, no kidding. Not much of a summer for anyone, for sure. The rest of the EBC would look, really nice. We got West Branch, we got Salem.
Yep.
Let's fill in the rest of the EBC. That would be really nice. Get back out into Stark County and maybe move over into Summit County and take care of some of those teams.
Southern's
as well.
one I've been dying for. We have every team in the EOAC but Southern. Would love to see Southern jump on. We'd love to continue to kind of work our way towards Stark County, Western Pennsylvania. We've got Mohawk now. There's a couple of Trumbull County schools we have our eye on and have some dates with for sitting down. And again, it doesn't cost the school any money. And a lot of times we're bringing people in that are just fans that want to highlight your school. That includes your player profile, your coaches' corners, all of that stuff. We do that because that's what we do. So we're not looking to ask you for a whole lot in return other than, a seat at the table, and then we go from there and do what we do.
Our backyard, obviously, is East Palestine, but if you go across in the state of Pennsylvania, which is a 5-iron for you, probably a driver for me, there's Blackhawk High School. Oh, man. Yeah.
Blackhawk, Beaver Falls, Beaver.
Had a conversation last night as I was umpiring a game with one of the Western PA Little B League teams, and they said they were from Ambridge. And I said, that's the school over from Blackhawk. They said, yeah. And I said, okay. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, yeah, they would look good as a YSN affiliate. They would look really good. So open enrollment.
They're the Bridgers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Which I'm surprised there are not a lot of Western PA schools that would name themselves the Bridgers, being that Pittsburgh is the bridge capital of the world. I'm surprised that only one school has come up with that name.
Well, when you're Ambridge,
yeah,
it doesn't. I mean, you sit there and you go, well, what can we be? It either
Yeah.
starts with an A or we're the Bridgers.
Yeah, there you go.
I think they nailed it with the Bridgers.
Absolutely. I got to get before we get out of here,
Sure.
I got to get your thought on this, and it surprised the hell out of me. Then when they signed Trey Turner to a contract, I was like, oh, well, then they've kind of upgraded. David DeCastro getting released yesterday by the Steelers. Did that shock you?
No, he's been hurt for a while. Last couple of years, he hasn't really put together much of what we're used to with David DeCastro. Did it shock me? No. Was I surprised? If that makes sense, yeah, I was. I figured he'd give it one more go, and then we would see it. But what that tells me is that the Steelers put him through kind of the test that you had to go through, maybe a little bit more strenuous, and he couldn't do it, and he was injured. And David DeCastro has always been a stand-up guy for the organization, for the city, and I think that he didn't want to go out as a guy that kind of took advantage of a situation, because a lot of guys, one more year in the league, some more money, some guaranteed money, and I think he was up front with the Steelers, and the Steelers have always been a good organization of taking care of those guys that take care of them. So I want to thank David DeCastro for all he did for Pittsburgh. He was always a great player, a nasty player, but a great soul off the field. So thank you for all you did. And it's weird, Ron, all these guys that continue to kind of fall off the Steelers. Those were the guys when I was younger that made up who they are now. Polamalu, Hines Ward, Roethlisberger's on his last legs.
Yep.
DeCastro, I remember when they drafted him, I texted Ryan Allison. We're good friends, and he said, you're going to like what you get in David DeCastro. And I've loved it. It's just I feel like offensive linemen's time in the league keeps getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, I was mad. When the Steelers got him, I was mad. I was happy for DeCastro because it fits his profile.
He's Alan Faneca Jr.
Yeah, but I was mad the Steelers got him because I knew that DeCastro would do an unbelievably great job, and he has. 6-time Pro Bowl guard, 2-time All-Pro, borderline Hall of Fame candidate. I'll be curious to see if he hangs it up or if he goes somewhere else. If his ankle mysteriously gets better between now and July, we'll see.
Somebody's going to throw him a lot of money,
Oh,
at
I'm
least,
sure.
and say, like, hey, would you play for this? And who knows? I mean, football players, they got to make their money in a lot tighter window than the rest of us. So I'll be interested to see, but he might be one of those guys that ends up in another uniform and for a couple weeks, and then it might not pan out. If he's injured and the Steelers, like, they're not going to give up on him because he's a first-round talent for sure. They're not going to give up on him if he's got anything left.
Yeah, he was entering the final year of a 5-year, $50 million contract. So they did free up some salary cap space, hence the reason why they were able to get Turner, who had been out of football for a year. I don't know if it was COVID related or not, but the Chargers didn't want anything to do with him anymore, and he still has some tire tread left on him. So we'll see what happens.
I keep hearing these great things about Najee Harris, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I'm loving it because people are going to realize that if Ben Roethlisberger has weapons, he's a completely different quarterback than when he doesn't. And James Conner, God bless him, was as soft as Charmin, and everybody knew it. And now with all the stories, and I'm sure you've seen the stories about how the Steelers didn't have very deep play calling system on the field with nobody in the stadium. So with fans returning, maybe the Steelers turn it around. I mean, they won 11 games, 12 games total last year,
Yeah.
11 in a row.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm not one of those guys that's going to say we're going to go 17-0 or anything like that. But reality is, as long as 7's on the field, the Steelers have a chance.
If their offensive line is average, the Steelers are going to be just fine. They'll be just fine. They'll be dangerous and they'll be just fine. I just wish my Bills played them in Week 13 and not Week 1.
Let's go. Let's go. That might be a live for TV event out on the main course here.
Yeah, that could be some fun.
I'll order pizza for you. buddy.
There you go. I appreciate it.
If you're allowed.
Well, no. Listen, I'm allowed to do anything
Okay.
I want to. Now, I mean, I haven't gotten the results back, but I feel like I need to eat a greasy hamburger now after the hell I just went through this morning. So,
Treadmill got you.
oh, God. What kind of sadistic bullshit is that? Oh, Lordy. For those wondering, I did a stress test today. Not that I wanted to, but I was told or advised to, and originally it said, hell no, I feel good. And then talking over with some people, they kind of convinced me to do it. So it was pretty cool. It was a really elaborate kind of a thing. You get stuck with an IV. They put some dye in you, and then they about a half hour later, they take you to the MRI machine, and they do the MRI on the heart. And when that's done with, they get you out of the MRI room, and they put you back in the waiting room, wait about 20 minutes, and then they get you on the dreaded treadmill. Now, this isn't one of these, let's walk in the park, let's have some fun, just nice, soft, wonderful walk. No. This is you're going to go at one speed, and then they tilt it up a little bit, and you go faster. Then they tilt it up a little bit more, and then you're going to go faster. The goal is to get you to 140 heart rate. So by the time I'm done, this thing is up like this, and it's going about 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. And I'm like,
Whoa.
I'm like, wait a second. Do you want me to run, or do I have to walk here?
It was going 10 to 15 miles an hour?
I'm going, that's what I'm doing walking. I was like, you got to be kidding me with this. And it's an uphill thing. I'm going boom, 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 boom. Okay, so it climbed from 102 to 140 like that. And I was like, okay, are we done? And they're like, yeah, we're going to stop it. Is it 10 miles an hour or is it 8?
just to let you know, the fastest human being, maximum 28 miles per hour.
Well, I wasn't running. I was walking.
But what?
But this thing was...
Ron, you're saying that you're walking at 10 to 15 miles an hour?
It would have to have been 10. I'll cut back on the 15. But this thing was moving. This was motoring pretty good. I mean, it was motoring a lot faster than how I would run.
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm walking at this uphill thing. Boom, 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 boom. And I can see, because the machine is... I can look over, and I could see the machine, because you had to hold on to a bar, because apparently they're measuring as long as you're holding on to this. So I'm looking over, and it started at like 102, and this baby was going 110, 115, 120, 125. I'm like, all right, we won't be on this very long. Get to about 140, and the lady's like, yeah, hang on for about 10 more seconds. And by this time, my legs are ready to just give out. And I'm just like, help, please. Can we finish? She's like, okay, I'm going to slow this down now. And we slowed it down. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to stop this thing abruptly after we slowed way down. She goes, all right, I'm going to stop this abruptly. And it just went, I'm like, okay. And they pull me off of this thing, and they sit me down. They go, okay, go back in the waiting room for about a half an hour. Half an hour? Yeah, got to go back in the waiting room for a half an hour, and then they're going to do another MRI on you because you're going to go down to somewhat normal. All the while, they had me hooked up. They have the EKG running.
Yeah.
So all this stuff is going on. I'm thinking to myself, if they don't find something, I'm never, ever, ever going to say anything. If there's a pain or something, I'm just going to go, no big deal. I just had
that's not your MO, by the way.
I just had the biggest test, and if they don't find anything, then I'm not complaining anymore. I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's it.
I woke up to the Ron Potesta injury report on Facebook, so I was like, I'm sorry, like, all right, is he making it into work today?
No. I was just like, the first thing that came to my mind was when they told me, well, this might take 4 hours, and I'm like, the hell it will. I got stuff to do. I got a game to broadcast tonight, and I got running point to do today. I ain't staying here for 4 hours. I mean, let's go. Get this. Let's get it in, get out, and let's go. I was out of there by about 10:05.
But you got there when?
20 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got up at 5:30. I don't know. I don't understand how anybody does that. No, thank you. Of course, I was up way too late because I was watching the Canadians knock off Vegas. So, yeah, good times. So 2 MRIs, before and after, and the dreaded treadmill, and yeah, I'm alive. So it's all good.
Alive and well. Alive and well.
Yeah, waiting the results. And the lady said, well, she said, this might take a few hours. This might take a few days. I'm like, okay. The fact that they didn't stop the treadmill to say, yeah, you can't do this anymore and we got to rush you to a hospital is a victory in and of itself. So that just tells me that I'm healthy.
I'm just going to keep running in the park.
Yeah, just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Don't. The lesson to be learned for all you youngins, don't let your body go. Because if you do, then you're going to wind up doing MRIs, and you don't want that shit. No, nobody does. That's just...
You still need to go to the doctor.
You got to go to the doctor every year. Make sure that everything is running in fine shape, and stay at it and keep your weight down, because if you don't, bad shit happens to you. So
Dr. Jellyfinger is going to find you, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the doctor looked at me and said, yeah, you probably need to lose a few pounds. I said, In other news, the sun rose from the east this morning. Thanks for the advice, Doc. Yeah, so all is well. At least we think all is well.
Good job, Poe. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't...
you get fireworks tonight.
So I get fireworks tonight. I get fireworks tomorrow night because of the fireworks that we didn't shoot off last Friday because it was too windy. So anyone that had tickets, and we suppose we should make this announcement, anyone who still has tickets to last Friday's game, go to Eastwood Field tomorrow, and you can turn those tickets in and you will get a ticket for equal or lesser value. You do not have to pay admission for Saturday's game if you have tickets still to last Friday's game, because you didn't see fireworks. And a lot of people were pissed that they didn't see fireworks last week. And this is fair. You can take your tickets, take them back to the box office the day of the game if you haven't done it already. Exchange your tickets for something of equal or lesser value, and you will see fireworks on Saturday night.
Works for me.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
take the
go.
girls.
So back-to-back fireworks tonight, tomorrow night. West by God, Virginia's in town. They're only a half a game out of first place, and we'll have some fun with it. And apparently, we will have a YSU sighting tonight because he didn't pitch last night, and the last time he pitched was
Floyd?
Saturday. So Floyd will be pitching tonight.
I heard a rumor, and we might have to confirm this, but I heard a rumor there's 2 YSU Penguins that are no longer with the team.
Really?
Word on the street is Jeff Whaler is transferring to Pitt, and Colin Clark is going to Texas Tech.
Wow.
So those open up 2 big spots on the YSU roster that obviously potential transfer portal maybe, or the kids they already have in their program. But those are 2 big names that are apparently no longer on the roster.
Well, if this is true, this is really potentially good news for 2 young kids that are going to be coming into the program. The kid from South Range, obviously, Mikos.
Lane Rhodes.
And Lane Rhodes from Salem. This is great news for them because potentially a starting position on the mound has just opened up.
You look at Whaler and his body of work, he played all over the field, and there's already somebody in that organization that could probably do that.
I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure who I...
Well, it's the guy you allude to every time Danny's on the phone. But
yeah. I thought you were. I thought you were going into that direction. Although they're grooming him to be a center fielder, which I called immediately. Is that if you use his speed and he can throw the hell out of the ball based on what he does pitching, he can throw the ball. He has a good arm in center field. He has a ridiculous amount of speed.
Well, he wasn't a half bad second baseman.
No, he wasn't.
Falcons
He wasn't
either.
too shabby over at second base either. So it opens up a lot of doors for some people if this is true. And look, I mean, if it is, Whaler and Colin Clark are both really good.
And I'll tell you what, they helped build this program to what it became over the last 3-4 years. So if that's the last time we ever see him in a Penguin uniform, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that one, when I was told that, I was like, wow, that's... You kind of wanted to see him finish, but you understand why.
Well, sure.
You know, when you go to... Pitt was on the bubble of making the College World Series. But if I know Danny, and I know Danny, he's going to say, we'll see you there.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see you there.
And by the way, I don't know about you, but I am rooting like hell for Mississippi State to win the College World Series. Because early next year, if that's the case, Youngstown State makes a trip to Starkville, Mississippi to take on the defending College World Series champions.
Can't wait.
And I would love for Mississippi State to win the College World Series. Hell, even get your friggin' rings that day. That's great. Wonderful. And let's see what our team is made of going up against the defending champs. And
Almost beat him last time.
absolutely.
I will say this. There's 2 things I'm looking forward to next year. Number 1, Mississippi State. Number 2, watching Richie have to go through TSA again. The most delightful experience I've ever seen.
Did he get patted down?
Oh, yeah. We had baseball. We each had a baseball in our bag.
Okay.
It set off the alarms. Okay.
Okay.
They took both of our bags. Richie was pacing like an expecting father. Richie, if you know Richie, he's never been in trouble in his life. So he's sitting there pacing back and forth, and I said, Richie, it's got to be the baseball. He's like, well, I don't know what to do. I said, just relax.
Yeah.
Like, you're making it look real bad right now. Just
exactly.
calm. They'll pull the baseball out. They'll say, is this yours? They'll put it back in. So
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait.
God.
He's done such a good job with the Penguins this year. He went to every game, Ron.
Yeah.
He jumped on the bus and went to every game.
There you go.
I got to take this call. I got to get out of here.
All right, see you.
Be well.
All right, DJ Yoakley talking about the Penn Ohio game and a bunch of other things. And again, it's transfer portal. It's time to open up our nice little doors. It's time to talk about open enrollment. If your program, if your school, if your league wants YSN to get involved, kindly give DJ Yoakley a jingle, and maybe we can get your program, get your school, get your league on board with ysnlive.com. And, oh, by the way, also about what happened today with me. So everything is good. I feel good. And I'm not expecting anything horrendous, that's for sure. That's not going to happen. So all is well, except for that sadistic treadmill. Yeah. Oof. No, thank you. Holy smokes, was that sadistic. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. With you till 3 o'clock, at which time it'll be the Power Hour. Tonight, 7:05 game time. We'll be on the air at 6:50 with a pregame show. The Scrappers taking on West by God, Virginia, opening up a 3-game series with the Black Bears. Scrappers up a half a game in the standings. And again, just like last week, 3-gamer with West Virginia, first place on the line, should be a blast. And we will have each of the games for you. 7:05 tonight, 7:05 on Saturday, and a 4:05 game on Sunday. All right, we'll take a timeout, be back with more. It's an open line Friday edition of Running Point, presented by MP Vivo, or presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. We're in the G. Burbick Farms studios here in East Palestine. The MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline open for business. 330-886-0813. We're back in a bit. Stick around. More to come.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we go the extra mile for you.
By finding you the right vehicle at the right price.
And by being with you for every mile of your journey.
Visit greenwoodchevrolet.com and tell us how we can go the extra mile for you.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, this is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Klim from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Bad credit, no problem. I can get you approved for a low-interest loan and maybe even a low-payment lease on a new car at the #1 Chevy dealership in Trumbull County for 3 years in a row. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved or come see me, Tony Page, to get a new vehicle today. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sutton here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. The MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline open for business. 330-886-0813. That's 330-886-0813. Made mention, Mississippi State is now in the semifinals in the College Baseball World Series from TD Ameritrade Park in Omaha. Mississippi State is going to be playing the Texas Longhorns tonight at 6 p.m. That would be 7 p.m. our time. It is 6 p.m. local time. Omaha is an hour behind us in the Mahoning Valley, as they're in the central time zone. Texas knocked off Virginia, eliminated Virginia. How about Virginia? They on Tuesday, they were undefeated, and 2 days later, they're out of the tournament. They lost to Mississippi State 6-5. And in the elimination game against Texas, they fall 6-2 to the Texas Longhorns. So the 4 teams that are left going on today, undefeated North Carolina State is going to be playing once beaten Vanderbilt. If North Carolina State wins today, they go to the championship series. If Vanderbilt wins today, then they will play the winner-takes-all contest on Saturday at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock our time. So that's what's going on in the upper brackets. North Carolina State is undefeated, and Vanderbilt has 1 loss. Vanderbilt needs to beat NC State 2 times in a row to advance to the College World Series Championship Series. If North Carolina State wins either today or tomorrow, they will go to the championship round. In the other semifinal, undefeated Mississippi State takes on Texas. If the Longhorns knock off Mississippi State twice, the Longhorns go to the College World Series championship round. If Mississippi State wins tonight or tomorrow night, Mississippi State will go to the championship round. The championship round begins on Monday. That is game 1 of the series on Monday night. Game 2 is on Wednesday. And if necessary, game 3 will be played on Wednesday night. And again, the significance here, if you're an Ohio State, good Lord, if you're a Youngstown State baseball fan, the significance here is YSU is going to be playing Mississippi State next spring as part of their non-conference action before they open up the Horizon League portion of their schedule. This is going to be the probably the biggest name that the Penguins are going to play. Not that they're not playing some pretty big names. They are, but the biggest name by far is Mississippi State. And as we had DJ on a little bit earlier, I'm rooting for Mississippi State to win the College Baseball World Series because I think it'd be cool as hell for the Penguins to be taking on the defending champions in college baseball, Mississippi State. So we'll see what happens. Mississippi State still has to win a few games here. Hopefully they can polish off Texas tonight and get themselves into the championship series against the winner of NC State and Vanderbilt. And again, Vanderbilt would have to beat NC State twice in a row in order for them to get into the championship round. All NC State has to do is win once, whether it's this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. All NC State has to do is win one game, just like Mississippi State. All they have to do is win one game, either tonight or tomorrow night, and they'll advance to the championship round. So unless Vanderbilt and Texas both, or either one of them wins 2 games in a row, you're going to probably see NC State and Mississippi State in the championship series. Game 1 on Monday night, game 2 on Tuesday night, and if necessary, game 3 would be played on Wednesday. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business with you till 3 o'clock. The Indians winning last night against the Minnesota Twins, starting out a 4-game series with the Twinks, and they get the victory in game number 1. They gain a half a game on the White Sox, who did not play last night. The Indians are back to 10 games above 500. They are 1 game behind the White Sox in the Central Division. The Indians taking on the Twins again tonight. Cal Quantrill on the hill for the Indians, and he will be opposed by a relative newcomer for the Twins, Danny Colombe. Colombe is 2 appearances, both out of the pen, no wins, no losses, and no earned run average. And we'll see what the left-hander does against the right-hander, Cal Quantrill. And again, the Indians trying to chase down the Chicago White Sox. White Sox are going to be home to the Seattle Mariners this weekend at 8:10. The Pirates, they're in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. The Buccos will send Crow to the hill. Kim on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. Yesterday, the Pirates, they knocked off the Cardinals 8-2. Pirates have not fared well against St. Louis the last few years. But the Bucs pick up an 8-2 victory yesterday as the Pirates got some really good production from the top of the batting order. How about this? Adam Frazier goes 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, a run batted in. He's your leadoff hitter. Brian Hayes goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And Brian Reynolds, who is looking more and more like an all-star, he hit his 13th home run of the campaign. He goes 3 for 4, scored a run, drove in 4. Reynolds is hitting .313 on the campaign. Adam Frazier also homered, his 4th of the campaign. He is hitting .330 on the season. Tell you what, the Pirates, even though their record is under 500, and there's no question that they are in a rebuilding mode, boy, do they have a really nice top third of their batting order. Frazier hitting .330, keep Brian Hayes hitting .284, and Brian Reynolds hitting .313. And all three of these guys have an OPS above .850, which is not too shabby. So the Buccos pick up the victory yesterday over the Cardinals. Pirates now sporting a record of 27-46. They are 14 games behind Chicago and Milwaukee. The Cardinals have now lost 4 games in a row. They're 3 games under 500. So interesting that the Pirates, even though they're 8 games in back of St. Louis, both teams are below 500. We made mention the Twins losing. They're now 13 games out of first place. My Lord. 31-43. They are 13 games in back of the Chicago White Sox. Both teams have played 74 games. The Indians have played just 72 games. 90 games left in the regular season. And again, their schedule for the rest of this month, it's pretty light for the Indians. I mean, you got 3 games left with Minnesota, and then you have 3 games with Detroit, and then that's it for the month of June. And the month of June, the Indians have done pretty well for themselves. They have started playing some very, very good baseball. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games. They swept a 4-game series from Baltimore, dropped 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh, split a series with the Cubs, and they've won the first game of the series against Minnesota. And actually, that would be 7-3. Yeah, 7-3, not 8-2. So, you know, the Indians have 6 games left in the month of June, 6 winnable games. And then as we made mention, the month of July is not a picnic for the Indians. They're going to have some really, really tough ball games. It starts with Houston coming into town the 1st through the 4th of July. 3-game series in Tampa. The Indians home to Kansas City for 4, and then you have the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, the Indians go out to Oakland for 3. They go to Houston for 3. Tampa Bay comes to Cleveland for 4. St. Louis home for 2. The White Sox, the first 2 games of the series, and then the month of July is over with. Final game of that series with the White Sox on Sunday, August the 1st. So the month of July is going to be really, really tough. Now, coinciding with the month of July is the opportunity for the Indians to get better because the trade deadline is at the end of July. Now, look, it's no secret the Indians have some injury problems. Let's remind everyone that the entire rotation from the beginning of the season is either on the injured list or they're in AAA Columbus. And you're looking at a very different starting rotation. A lot of guys that, frankly, were not on the radar of the Indians that are currently manning positions right now in the starting rotation. And yet the Indians have won 7 of their last 10. They're 10 games above 500. They're doing really well, beating the teams they are supposed to beat. But that only lasts until the end of the month. So, long story short, for the Indians, probably need to start making a couple of deals. And you understand that Plesac is going to be throwing, and he is hopefully going to be doing some work and getting in the fast track to getting back into the starting rotation, which would help tremendously. You certainly want to have Friend Reyes back into the fold. Friend was taking part in a rehab assignment game in Columbus. And I'm looking at the, hopefully going to be looking at the box score from last night's. Friend Reyes went 1 for 3 with a run batted in. So Reyes did not get an extra base hit. He had 3 at-bats and then was pinch hit for in the 8th inning of the game for the Columbus Clippers. By the way, Columbus did win that game last night. Nolan Jones, by the way, part 2, has the batting average up. It's up to 215. Owen Miller, who everyone just adored the first part of the season, his batting average has gone way down. When he came to Cleveland, he was hitting well over 400. The average is down to 337, though he did get a hit last night. Oscar Mercado, good to see him back in the starting lineup. He went 1 for 3. He is hitting 227. Roberto Perez was also in the starting lineup for Columbus. So it looks like Roberto Perez is starting to get himself back into shape, to get himself back on the major league club as well. And, hopefully we get Friend Reyes back. Hopefully the Indians do get Roberto Perez back. Hopefully Plesac comes back at some point. But the bottom line, they're going to have to make a deal pretty soon because you're going up against the teeth of your schedule. If they can get a deal done ASAP and get ready for July, that would be fantastic. My personal prediction on this, the 25th of June, given the fact that the Indians have the lowest payroll of anybody in Major League Baseball, I think the Indians are going to be buyers come the trade deadline. Unless they fall off a cliff, I think that the Indians are going to be buyers at the trade deadline. And I fully anticipate Mitch Haniger to be traded to the Indians. I think he's the perfect guy. I think the Indians have more than enough in their farm system, and I think that everything should be good. I think everything should be good. Getting Mitch Haniger would not surprise me to see another starting pitcher coming into the fold as well. Would love to see that. But the Indians are going to be buyers, and I really believe that the Tribe will boost that payroll up. Again, the Dolan family, say what you want, and a lot of people have said some pretty stupid things about the Dolan family and inaccurate stuff about them as well. You can say this about the Dolan family, and it is factual. When the Indians are contenders, the Dolan family will go out and they will get some guys to potentially put this team over the top. So we'll see what happens. Am I excited about this team? Yes. Do I understand that they're taking advantage of the soft part of their schedule? Absolutely. Do I think the Indians are going to take a step back in the month of July? Probably. Do I think the Indians still win 85 to 90 games? Absolutely. And if they can get everyone back and get your hands on a Mitch Haniger to go along with Ramirez and Reyes and Bradley and the rest of the gang, Rosario, both of them, Eddie and Ahmed, and you get Roberto Perez back the way he handles a pitching staff, I love the Indians' chances. If they can get this team to postseason, I love the Indians' chances in postseason. With the pitching staff, especially with the bullpen, that back of the bullpen, they got guys that can throw gas like nobody's business without throwing gas on the Flames. This is a team that, again, if they can weather the storm and get the players that they need early, and they weather the storm and get everyone back after the All-Star break, look out. This team is going to be a lot of fun to see. Be an awful lot of fun to see. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. We'll take a timeout. It's Open Line Friday. Get on board. We got lots to talk about. If you want to jump on the Scrappers bandwagon, we can talk Scrappers. The Penn, Ohio game, exciting game. Pennsylvania knocking off Ohio 20-17 in the 42nd annual Penn, Ohio Classic. Pennsylvania, the winner. We could talk a little bit about that. Anything else on your mind? Never too early to talk about football. I was a little surprised the Steelers cut David DeCastro. Again, getting Trey Turner, who was last seen wearing a Chargers uniform. Trey Turner looks to be good, in great shape, and ready to play football again. I'll be curious to see where DeCastro goes and if that ankle holds up, because I'm sure there are some places amongst some contending teams that would not mind getting their hands on a guy as talented as the 6-time Pro Bowl guard and 2-time All-Pro, David DeCastro. All right, we'll take a timeout, be back with more. It's a Friday edition of Running Point presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in the Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
This is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, why shop anywhere else but Tri-State Ford? Choose from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we've got you covered with our exclusive Tri-State Ford Advantage. It includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty with your pre-owned vehicle and much more. Come see why so many customers from the Tri-State area buy their pre-owned vehicle at Tri-State Ford.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
When Mother Nature starts flexing her muscles, make sure you're prepared for comfort. For over a decade, NDC Heating and Cooling has been sending their team of experienced, certified, and knowledgeable technicians to service the area. NDC services all makes and models and carries a wide selection of furnaces, air conditioners, and indoor air quality products. To schedule an appointment, call 330-457-2562. That's 330-457-2562. For all your residential and commercial heating and cooling needs in Columbiana or Mahoning counties, call NDC Heating and Cooling in New Waterford, Ohio, where our thermostat is always set on quality.
No matter what the weather, be prepared with a reliable, efficient Rude gas furnace or air conditioner from MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. Call your energy efficient expert, MP Vivo, today for a free estimate.
Here at MP Vivo, we rely on Rude, and so should you.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes
online,
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
on social media, and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
"60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love."
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we go the extra mile for you.
By finding you the right vehicle at the right price.
By giving you confidence in your vehicle with the Greenwood Advantage warranty.
By guaranteeing you financing,
regardless of your situation or credit history.
And by being with you for every mile of your journey.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we do whatever it takes to go the extra mile. So, how can we go the extra mile for you?
Welcome back to a Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. The MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline open for business, 330-886-0813. That's 330-886-0813. And congratulations to Youngstown State track and field star Colin Hardin. He just missed out on a semifinal berth at the Olympic trials as he was doing his event, the men's 400-meter hurdles. The Olympic trials were in Eugene, Oregon yesterday, and Colin Hardin placed 6th in his heat, and he just missed out on a semifinal berth. Hardin ran a time of 50.81 seconds. Ry Benjamin, a professional runner specializing in the 400-meter run and 400-meter hurdles, he won the heat with a time of 49.12 seconds. Good God, that is fast. 400-meter hurdles in 49.12. Good Lord. 4 heats in the event, top 3 from each heat, plus the next 4 fastest times qualified for the semifinals. Hardin's time of the top 4 fastest times, he was 6th. So unfortunately, he did not go into the semifinals, and his Olympic dream is now over as he is ousted in the qualifying of the men's 400-meter hurdles during the Olympic trials at Eugene, Oregon yesterday. And by the way, the Summer Olympics not too far away, as the Summer Olympics will be held in Tokyo, despite the fact that they have all kinds of problems with COVID. They are nowhere near where the United States is right now in terms of where we are with COVID and how far along we have progressed with COVID. Japan is nowhere near our success level right now, and it looks more and more like they're going to have limited fans, if any fans, watching this, and that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you can't have the fans, how the hell are you going to be getting a profit? There's no possible way that Tokyo is going to be getting a profit in the Olympics if they're not allowed to have the fans or limited fans. It's just not going to happen. Now, from what I understand, there are going to be broadcasters that are going to be broadcasting the Olympics from a monitor back in the States. I know that's a good friend of mine, and I'm so proud of him because he has really blossomed into a damn good broadcaster. Patrick Keenis, who was doing minor league baseball for AA Carolina, he's now doing AAA baseball for Durham, the Durham Bulls. He has been working with Westwood One, and he was involved in the 2016 Summer Olympics, calling the Olympics, and I think it was the swimming coverage on Westwood One from the 2016 Summer Olympics. So he was able to go to the Summer Olympics in 2016. Obviously, he didn't have COVID back then. So he was able to go and do the Olympic event on site for Westwood One Radio. Well, NBC obviously liked what they heard from Patrick. So Patrick is going to be calling the swimming, and he is going to be doing that for NBC. He'll be doing that, but unfortunately, because of COVID, he's not going to be doing the events live from Tokyo. He will be doing the events live. Unfortunately, it's going to be from a monitor back in the States. So, yeah, it's nice. He's doing the Olympic coverage. Unfortunately, he's just not able to do the Olympic and get the feel of the Olympics, as you're not going to be able to get that feel of the Olympic city this year being Tokyo, Japan. I'm curious how many people are fans of the Summer or Winter Olympics. Anthony and I had this conversation earlier in the week. I got to be honest with you. I enjoy watching the Olympics. I do. I really enjoy watching the Olympics. The Summer Olympics, I'll watch the basketball, knowing full well that the USA is going to probably win gold because can't see anyone beating this team. I'll definitely watch the swimming because that's a huge part of the Summer Olympics. Definitely watch the gymnastics. That's a huge part of the Summer Games. I'm going to be watching baseball and softball as well, hoping that Team USA can get themselves an Olympic gold medal. Other than that, boxing. I'll definitely watch boxing. Other than that, I got to be honest, I'm not really a huge Summer Olympic fan. Winter Olympics? Oh, I can watch that. Give me the downhill. Give me the slalom. Give me the luge. Give me the bobsled. Give me the figure skating. Give me the, oh, God, what the hell's the name of the game with the big stones and curling. Give me the curling. Give me the speed skating. I'm all about the Winter Olympics. I mean, I don't like winter, but I am all about the Winter Olympics. Give me the hockey. Yeah, that's, I will watch a ton of the Winter Olympics because, and I'm a huge curling fan now. And it's, you know, I'll only see it once every 4 years. I mean, every once in a while, if curling is on in a non-Olympic year, I'll watch it. That's a fun sport to watch. I mean, it's kind of like shuffleboard on ice with a much bigger object that you have to maneuver down the ice, and you got the sweepers sweeping as hard as they can to get this big-ass stone into a target. That's a lot of skill. Not to mention the fact that the person who is gliding that stone, he or she has to stay on their skates. because you're on ice skates when you're doing this. So imagine, if you will, someone who doesn't know how to ice skate and can't balance themselves on those damn things, trying to balance themselves while trying to gently guide this large stone, this smooth, large stone, as you gently push it off and watch it go down a sheet of ice in hopes of putting that giant stone in the perfect spot for points for your team. Yeah, sign me up for that. Sign me up for the downhill. And I've been a downhill fan ever since Franz Klammer had a breakneck, not literally, but breakneck type speed, and was skiing out of control in the 76 Winter Games in Innsbruck when he should have fell 2 or 3 times and was just barreling down the hill like a bat out of hell. And he was bound and determined to win the gold medal, and sure enough, he did for the home country. And he's still a hero to this day. And you have the luge, which, again, a sled on a sheet of ice, and the sheet of ice is basically a enclosed obstacle course, which in reality is you're going down this mountain a couple of thousand feet. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong there? And the bobsled is the same structure. 2-man and 4-man bobsled, and how they all get this thing started, and how they get these spikes for gloves where they got to push off and dig their spike into the ice up on top and move it as fast as they can, and then hide and burrow into this bobsled. And I would have been a terrible bobsledder, because this would be not good. I'd have my head stuck up, and then all the wind would be coming off of this face with nowhere to go because this dome is so big. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out very well. Wouldn't have worked out. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. So you get the summer games coming up next month. You get the winter games. What is it? 2022 next year will be the winter games. And then in 4 years, 5 years from now, the winter games are going to be in Italy, in Milan. Yeah, that's a long-range goal. That's a long-range goal. Yes, I'll be 64. Not 64. I'll be 61. And yeah, that's a long-range goal, but I definitely want to go there. I think that would be outstanding. That would be absolutely outstanding. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. Hey, here's an interesting note. 64 days to the start of the college football season. Phil Steele, you know it's college football when his college football preview hits the newsstands. And that's my one of 2 trips that I make over to Barnes & Noble, because I got to get my hands on Phil Steele's book. I've said this before. I truly believe it is hands down the best college football magazine out there. Phil Steele just does an amazing, amazing job. It's packed with all kinds of information, and yeah, it's just a great read all the way around. And yeah, definitely get your hands on it if you're a college football fan. And I definitely got to get my hands on that book, because that's just going to fire everyone up for the start of the college football season. Speaking of which, we're going to get Brian Driscoll back on during the fall, because we got to get our Notre Dame fix in. While we're on the subject of trying to, as DJ came in here earlier, talking about how we are opening up the enrollment, little open enrollment action. and allowing everyone to get on board with YSN, we'd certainly, and we'll definitely try to get the sponsor or two for Notre Dame Talk when we have it this fall. Definitely want to get a sponsor for our segments with Brian Driscoll this fall, because we love having Brian on. He's a big part of the fall, as we love to talk Notre Dame and get his take on what's going on, not only at Notre Dame, get his take on what's going on around college football as well. Really good wealth of resource if you're a Notre Dame fan, for sure. So we'll certainly look for an advertiser for the Notre Dame segment during the fall, as we will have Brian on during the fall to talk some Notre Dame football. And I just can't wait for high school football. What is it, 8 weeks from today? Let me make sure I have this right. 5, 6, 7, yeah. 8 weeks from today, my alma mater will be opening up the turf field at Leetonia for the first time ever. The Bears are going to have a turf field as the Bears take on the Sebring Trojans on Friday night, August the 20th. 8 weeks from tonight, high school football, or at least on August the 20th, the Friday segment of high school football starts 8 weeks from tonight. 8 weeks from yesterday, Canfield and Poland will be taking on each other to start the 2021 high school football season. Salem will be venturing into Crestview to take on the Rebels. That game should be entertaining as well. Some really, really good week one matchups. And believe it or not, we're 8 weeks away from the start of the high school football season. And we will be up to our eyeballs in football, as we'll have audible call on Friday nights. And, yeah, as I like to say, the scene around here in the HQ, in the main studio of HQ, if you remember the movie Trading Places, when the characters of Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy went into New York to get even with the brothers that had Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy switch places, hence the term Trading Places. The scene where Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy are on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and the orange juice price is going up, and Dan Aykroyd then flips the script where it starts going down violently, and you hear all of these people screaming at the character of Dan Aykroyd, or the characters of Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, looking to sell as much of their stock as humanly possible. Yeah. That's kind of like what it is here at Audible Call every Friday night in the fall. You got guys that are screaming, Lisbon, Lisbon, Omaha, and you'll scream some schools, and then we automatically go to that game and just go from there. So yeah, it's kind of a cool set, much like the basketball version of it. The football version Audible Call is Mike Ackelson and a band of crazy people here at HQ, and they do a really, really good job on Friday nights. It is so much fun to see those guys do their thing. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. We'll take a timeout, be back with more. It is a Friday edition, an open Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austin Town. We're back in a bit.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy-efficient experts.
If you're looking for a new Ford vehicle, why shop anywhere else but Tri-State Ford? Choose from our great selection of new Ford models. Plus, we've got you covered with our exclusive Tri-State Ford Advantage. It includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty with your new Ford. Come see why so many customers from the Tri-State area buy their new Ford at Tri-State Ford.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. We're in the G. Burbick Farms studios here in East Palestine, and the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning hotline is open for business. 330-886-0813. That's 330-886-0813. 0813 with you till 3 o'clock, at which time DJ and the fellas will take you through the 3 o'clock hour on a Power Hour, Friday edition of Power Hour on ysnlive.com. Again, we have basketball, Jesus. We have baseball tonight as the Mahoning Valley Scrappers are home on Friday night fireworks in Niles. The Scrappers will be taking on West Virginia. Game one of a three-gamer with the West Virginia Black Bears. First place is on the line as the Scrappers are a half a game in back, or I should say a half a game up on the West Virginia Black Bears. Tickets are available by contacting the Scrappers box office, 330-505-0000, or you can go online, mvscrappers.com. That's mvscrappers.com. It's a 7:05 game tonight. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 6:50 as the Scrappers take on the West Virginia Black Bears in Game 1 of a 3-game series from Eastwood Field up in Niles. Tomorrow night, and I want to stress this again, if you still have a ticket from last Friday's game in which the fireworks were not shot off last Friday because of the high winds, they just weren't they weren't comfortable shooting the fireworks off with the wind being as big as it was last Friday night. So if you still have a ticket to that particular game, make sure that you hang on to that ticket. Saturday, you can bring that ticket with you to the ballpark, and you can exchange that ticket from last Friday's game for a ticket of equal or lesser value on Saturday. And you can watch the game on Saturday at no charge, and you will be able to watch the fireworks on Saturday. And from what I understand, it is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, it is going to be warm. It's going to be 89 degrees on Saturday, but the game is going to be on at nighttime. Sunday is going to be the hot one. It's going to be 92 degrees on Sunday as we are getting the full Monty of summer. Make no mistake about it. We're now getting the full Monty of summer as I'm looking at the future forecast, and we are not anywhere below 80 degrees anytime soon. We're in the mid-high 80s, low 90s on the second part of the weekend, and low 90s continuing on Monday. So it is going to be hot, and it is going to be humid, and just the way we like it around these parts. So again, fireworks tonight after the game. It's going to be a gorgeous night for baseball tonight, gorgeous night for baseball tomorrow night. So by all means, get your tickets by contacting the Scrappers box office, 330-505-0000. That's 330-505-0000. Or you can go online at mvscrappers.com. That's mvscrappers.com. Like last weekend, the Scrappers have a 1.5 game lead on West Virginia coming into today's action. Both teams have played 26 games. The Scrappers have a 16-9 record with 1 tie. So we pushed that tie away, and the Scrappers are 16-9. West Virginia has 4 ties. So you take those 4 ties away, now you're looking at a 22-game schedule. They are 14-8. Now, they're actually 1 game ahead of the Scrappers in the loss column, but the Scrappers are 2 games ahead in the win column. So the lead is 1.5 game on the West Virginia Black Bears heading into tonight's contest. Trenton is a game and a half back at 12-8 with 2 ties. The Williamsport Crosscutters are, 3.5 games back at 12-12 with 1 tie. State College is 5 games back at 11-14. And the Frederick Keys are 10 games back at 5 wins and 18 losses to go along with 2 ties. So There are no playoffs. If there's a rain out, there's no makeup dates. These games are, if they're lost, they're lost. And at the end of the year, whoever has the highest win percentage is going to win the league. There are no playoffs this year. Next year, there will be playoffs. And I would imagine next year you'll probably see a lot different ideas. For example, the Scrappers seem to be playing an awful lot of West Virginia and State College because they're the two closest communities or the two closest areas to the Mahoning Valley. As I've said on a number of occasions, you simply do not need to do that. All you need to do is play a 60-game schedule, 30 at home, 30 on the road, and you simply play your 5 opponents for Mahoning Valley. That would be West Virginia, Trenton, Williamsport, State College, and Frederick. You play your opponents 12 times each. 6 games at home, 6 games on the road. It's a 60-game schedule, and you start the season the first week of June, and you don't have, if you want to start with Mondays off, great. But you get the majority of those games in by the All-Star break, which the MLB draft next year, like it is this year, the MLB draft will be conducted at the beginning of the All-Star break. I believe the first round for the MLB draft is going to be held 2 weeks from Sunday. 2 weeks from Sunday will be the first round of the MLB draft, July the 11th. The second through 10th round would probably fall on a Monday, and then the 11th through 20th round would fall on a Wednesday because the All-Star game's on July the 13th. But I know for sure the draft is going to take part on July the 11th. Maybe they do the 11th through 20th round the morning and afternoon of the actual All-Star game, the MLB All-Star game, on Tuesday, July the 13th. But nonetheless, the first round of the draft is going to be on Sunday, July the 11th. So anyone that's in this draft league, you have essentially 2 weeks to try your best to get as many scouts looking at you as humanly possible. And, again, you don't want to take any shots at anybody, but the league itself, I think there's some things that they'll clean up next year. I don't believe the league thought that this was going to be a large production. I don't think they understood what kind of a situation they're in. I don't think they understood just how big this not upbringing. What's the word I'm looking for? Not endowment. I don't think that Major League Baseball understood just how big of a production this was. And there's some things that, I think that they'll definitely get better in year number 2. Get some kinks out of some stuff and go from there. Do I like the tie games? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I not a fan of the tie game, but I also understand why you want the tie game because, again, you don't want to tax a bullpen. And much like in minor league baseball, the wins and losses are not the be-all, end-all. And I understand you want your team to win, but that's not the be-all, end-all. The be-all, end-all is to get as many kids in the organizations, one of 6 organizations, get as many of them drafted as humanly possible. Now, what happens if, let's say, a bunch of scrappers get drafted? Well, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to be going to dig up some more prospects, and those prospects will be coming into Eastwood Field, and they'll play the back half of this season. And I think that you're probably now looking at an opportunity for everyone, even though let's assume for a second that half of the league is not drafted. Let's assume that half of the league isn't drafted. So 30 players to each roster. Let's say that each roster is going to have about 15 players, and they got to go out and they got to get some more players to fill in the roster and go from there. It's not like you're not playing for anybody at that point. There is such a thing as non-drafted free agent, where a scout will look and say, hey, we didn't draft you, but we're really interested in you. Here's X amount of money for a signing bonus, especially for those that are in their final year of eligibility and they have nowhere to go. If you're not drafted, and let's say that you just completed your 4th year of eligibility, or you have no eligibility left in college baseball. If those kids aren't drafted, obviously they're going to look in 2 different directions. There's plenty of independent league teams that are out there. And that's one direction you can look at. The other direction is you continue to play in the MLB Draft League, and you hopefully get the eye of a number of scouts that will still be here because their job isn't finished yet. Their job's not finished yet. If there's somebody on this roster that they like, that they can convince the organization, hey, take a chance on this person. Okay, you didn't draft him, but there is someone here that is really, really good, and I think that he has a shot to at least open up some eyes in this organization. What do you think? And the organization signs off on it. Hey, this is a great opportunity. If not, then I'm sure there's going to be some independent league scouts that are going to be looking for some folks to go on the roster of, say, the Northern League or the Frontier League or some of the other leagues across the country playing non-affiliated baseball. And, back in the 90s when I got my start doing baseball games on the radio, I didn't start in minor league baseball per se for the first 4 years. I was doing non-affiliated baseball. It was fun. I was in Lubbock, Texas, Abilene, Texas, and Elmira, New York for 4 years. 1 year in Lubbock, 1 year in Abilene, and 2 years in Elmira. And 4 years worth of non-affiliated baseball. A bunch of guys that had plenty to offer and were still hoping to go to another team, hoping to latch on to a major league team that would take a chance on them, put them in their farm system, and start your dream from there, or continue your dream from there. So, there was plenty of good baseball in the independent leagues. And, for the kids that are not drafted, and there will be more than a handful that aren't drafted out of this league. There will be more than a handful. It's not that your avenues are completely closed. You're not only going to be playing in front of scouts of major league organizations in hopes of getting a non-drafted free agent on the cheap, relatively inexpensive signing bonus, and you start your pro career probably in rookie ball and try to make your way up. If nobody is interested, that you'll be looking at independent ball. if, you still want to play baseball, the independent route is going to be there. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for the kids that are not drafted in the upcoming MLB draft. It's not out of the realm of possibility for these kids to still have an opportunity to play either organized baseball or independent league baseball. It's not out of the realm of possibility at all. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, open for business. We'll take a timeout, be back with more on this phone-in Friday edition of Running Point. It's an open phone line. Give me a shout on the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, 330-886-0813. We're back after this timeout.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we go the extra mile for you.
By finding you the right vehicle at the right price.
And by being with you for every mile of your journey.
Visit greenwoodchevrolet.com and tell us how we can go the extra mile for you.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, this is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Klim from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Bad credit, no problem. I can get you approved for a low-interest loan and maybe even a low-payment lease on a new car at the #1 Chevy dealership in Trumbull County for 3 years in a row. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved or come see me, Tony Page, to get a new vehicle today. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of IO, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. We're at the G. Burbick Farms studios here in East Palestine. The MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning hotline open for business, 330-886-0813. All right, so Major League Baseball has some, I don't even know how to describe the uniforms for the All-Star game. I think hideous would be a good word. MLB released these hideous uniforms yesterday that will be used for the July 13th game at Coors Field in Denver. The National League has white jerseys. The American League will have blue jerseys. Each two-button jersey will feature 3 red letters for a club's a player's club. So if, let's say, someone from the Pirates are going to be going to the All-Star game, it's Brian Reynolds or Frazier, and I'm thinking both of them are going to go to the All-Star game. So you'll have red letters for the player's club arranged vertically on the left side with the club logo superimposed over the first and second letter. So imagine, if you will, PIT. And you have the logo superimposed over the P and the I in black or white for the National League teams and in khaki for the American League teams. This is stupid. My God, this is stupid. Here's an idea, and it worked. It worked through the years, and you really don't have to do anything special. I don't know. We're in a National League ballpark. The National League is going to be home. The American League is going to be on the road. Here's an idea. In the file of "Don't overthink this, you friggin' morons," that's the file. That's the name of the file I have. In the "Don't overthink it, you morons" file, why not just have the National League players wear their home jersey of the team they're playing for? What a wonderful idea. I mean, we only did it all the way through the 70s and 80s. Just have the team in the National League, whoever's playing for the Pirates, the home Pirates uniform. And the Indians, whoever's going to the All-Star game as a member of the Indians, you're going to be wearing your road Indians uniform. Now, you can wear white, white pants. If you want to go into just getting everyone pants, white pants for the National League team, gray pants for the American League team, or just let them wear their damn home uniform for the National League. And the American League wears their road uniform. You don't need to say, hey, this is an American League jersey, and this will be a National League jersey. And you damn sure you don't need to have a two-button jersey featuring 3 red letters for a player's club arranged vertically on the left side with a club logo superimposed over the first and second letter. What the hell is this garbage? This looks stupid. This looks absolutely moronic. I mean, you have a New York Yankees. First of all, NYY. When I'm thinking of the New York Yankees, I'm not thinking NYY. No, I'm not thinking that. When I'm thinking the Baltimore Orioles, I'm not thinking BAL. Maybe BALT, but not BAL. And I don't want to see the logo superimposed over the first and second letter. That looks hideous. It looks absolutely hideous, which is pretty much par for the course because Major League Baseball right now looks hideous. Look, and I good Lord, DJ and I were talking about this before we went on the air. And let me repeat what I've been saying all along. I have no problem with what Major League Baseball is doing right now. And this is because way too many guys have cheated, and the fact that the offense is down significantly to the point where the game was almost unwatchable, it just one of those things. You mess with the offense, then you're messing with your revenue because baseball fans, by and large, want to see offense. Baseball fans do not want to see a 1-0 game. Now, some of us do. Again, I have no preference which game I want to watch. As long as the defense is playing error-free baseball and the pitching staff is walking a bare minimum amount of players, it's an exciting game. Whether it's a slugfest or it's a pitcher's duel, it's a really exciting game as long as the defenses are showing up and as long as the pitchers aren't giving up free base runners, a.k.a. walks. If you show me a 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 game, I'm all on board. If you show me an 8-7, 10-9 game with great defense and no walks, I'm on board with that as well. I'm fine with that. But most baseball fans want to see offense. And when you don't have any offense, it kind of screws with the amount of money that you're making. So Major League Baseball has decided there's too many people are cheating, so now we're going to have all of the pitchers be frisked. All of the pitchers. Now, this leads me into something that is common sense for anyone that knows anything about baseball. But in Rob Manfred's world, it's not common sense. So the Baltimore Orioles have a knuckleball pitcher. And he was pitching last night. And the umpires wanted to check him. Wanted to check him and make sure that he wasn't using any sticky stuff. Wasn't using any of that stuff. Now, here's where it gets a little stupid. If you're throwing a knuckleball, there is absolutely zero movement on that pitch in terms of trying to get as much foreign substance on your fingers to grip the ball, to release and put a lot of spin, aka RPMs, movement on a ball. when you're throwing a knuckleball, you're digging your nails into the seam of the ball. And when you're throwing the ball, you're pushing it out of your hands to where a perfect knuckleball comes out of the person's hands and it has zero spin on it. Nothing. It's floating. And if it's windy, it's going to do this shit. Going to dance all over the place. If it's humid, it's going to dance all over the place. The knuckleball, it's a wonderful pitch. But the trick is digging your nails in and getting no movement when the ball leaves your hand, left-handed or right-handed. There is no reason to check on a guy who throws a knuckleball because you don't want movement on a knuckleball. Now, I understand that's not the only pitch that the guy throws, but predominantly he throws a knuckleball. Now, if you're checking him for a pitch that he's throwing maybe 10% of the time, it's kind of a waste of time if you ask me, because his out pitch isn't going to be that pitch. Now, if his out pitch starts to become that pitch and you see a lot of movement, then yeah, by all means, you read the guy his Miranda rights and you have the umpire check where you need to be checked to try to get some dirt on this guy or sticky substance on this guy. But the fact that umpires are checking a knuckleball pitcher whose lone job is to get zero movement from the point of getting the ball out of his hands with the nails dug into the seams and he pushes it out, the job is to make sure there is no spin whatsoever, that it's floating with no spin, that you can see the tops of the seams as it goes toward the plate. Why in the hell would you try to inspect a knuckleball pitcher? Again, the only way you would do it is if the guy is throwing some ungodly stuff in which his non-knuckleball is moving all over the place or has a lot of movement. If his knuckleball is moving all over the place, I got news for you. And maybe Major League Baseball should know about this. So it's just between you and me. Major League Baseball, the reason why a knuckleball is dancing like that is because it's supposed to. It's supposed to do that. That's what a knuckleball does. Honest to God, it's like Rob Manfred wants to torch the game of baseball. I swear, it's like he doesn't want the game of baseball to succeed. I am at a loss for words on the ineptness of our commissioner. Just at this point, if Bud Selig decided to come back, I would take back most everything that I said about Bud Selig because he wasn't a very good commissioner. I mean, I got news for you. The last good commissioner Major League Baseball had was Bart Giamatti. And the guys that are the fans that are pro-Rose couldn't stand this guy because he kicked out their favorite player. Well, again, news for you. Rose had it coming to him. I've said this a million times. And I'm blessed to cover baseball. Been blessed to cover baseball. In the locker room of every major and minor league baseball stadium, inside the clubhouse, the door going out has a placard, and the door coming in has a poster-sized placard. And it leaves it all on the line. Says, you will not gamble on the game of baseball. And if you do gamble on the game of baseball, you are expelled from the game of baseball because Major League Baseball does not want another 1919 Chicago Black Sox throwing the World Series type of scenario. And that's why Pete Rose was kicked out of baseball, because he got caught elbow deep in the cookie jar gambling on baseball. And then the buffoon wanted to deny. And then a few years ago, he said, oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, I did gamble on baseball. Okay, well, you're still out. You're not coming back into the game anytime soon. Sorry about your luck. I understand people want to bring Pete Rose back. Wow, he's got more hits than anyone in the history of Major League Baseball. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. No, he doesn't. He cheated on baseball. Sorry. No, he doesn't. Now, here's the misnomer that people don't understand. The baseball writers have never had the opportunity to say yay or nay on Pete Rose because the Hall of Fame has said, you're not getting here. We're not even putting you on the ballot. Because they're taking that law or that rule in Major League Baseball very serious. The rule's plain and simple. If you get caught gambling on baseball, whether you're betting on your team or against your team, doesn't matter. If you get caught gambling on baseball, you are done with Major League Baseball. They're done with you, and you're never to be in the game ever again. And unfortunately, that's why Shoeless Joe Jackson isn't in the Hall of Fame, and that's why Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame. And I know there's a lot of people, a lot of sympathizers that want Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame. Not going to happen. It ain't happening. It's, because there's just, it's not going to happen unless the Baseball Hall of Fame suddenly has a change of heart and says, all right, well, we'll lax and we'll give the writers one opportunity to vote on Pete Rose. I'd like to see that. We had John Parado on, I don't know, I think the last time we spoke about this, I was on terrestrial radio. So it would have been, the summer of 2019, prior to the Hall of Fame. And John is a member of the Baseball Writers Association of America. He has been a card-carrying member of the Double B. What is it? Double B WAA, BBWAA. Let's do it that way. BBWAA, Baseball Writers Association of America. He has been a card-carrying holder of the BBWAA for the last, 20 years. So he has been able to vote for the Hall of Famers. He's been able to do that now for about 10 years, maybe a little more than 10 years. John, and he takes the vote very seriously, as do all of those guys and gals. They take that vote very, very seriously. John flat out told me, we never had an opportunity to vote for Pete Rose. I mean, if the Hall of Fame gave us an opportunity, a one-shot deal, okay, one-shot deal. Here's Shoeless Joe, here's Pete Rose, and the other 7 guys that allegedly took part in throwing the 1919 World Series. Here are the 9 guys that have been disqualified from baseball because they gambled on baseball. And whoever you want to vote into the Hall of Fame, it's the same deal, 75%. Hall of Fame won't allow it. So there's a misnomer that the writers have said, we don't want to vote Pete Rose in. They've never had the opportunity to vote yes or no on Pete Rose because the Hall of Fame has never put his name on a ballot. They've never put Joe Jackson's name on the ballot or the other 7 guys that were allegedly found guilty of throwing the 1919 World Series. Long story short, getting back to, I don't even know how I got on a tangent there, but the all-star uniforms for the game, oh my God. First of all, whoever designed these needs to be fired immediately because these things are hideous. And secondly, I don't understand why people have all of a sudden gone away from the simplest of the simple. The home team is the National League team. The National League, I should say. They're going to be the home team. So let all of the National League players wear their home uniform, their team's home uniform. And all the American League players, let the American League players wear their home team's road uniform. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning hotline open for business. We take a time out. We're back in a bit. It's a Friday edition of Running Point on ysnlive.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
This is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, why shop anywhere else but Tri-State Ford? Choose from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we've got you covered with our exclusive Tri-State Ford Advantage. It includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty with your pre-owned vehicle and much more. Come see why so many customers from the Tri-State area buy their pre-owned vehicle at Tri-State Ford.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
When Mother Nature starts flexing her muscles, make sure you're prepared for comfort. For over a decade, NDC Heating and Cooling has been sending their team of experienced, certified, and knowledgeable technicians to service the area. NDC services all makes and models and carries a wide selection of furnaces, air conditioners, and indoor air quality products. To schedule an appointment, call 330-457-2562. That's 330-457-2562. For all your residential and commercial heating and cooling needs in Columbiana or Mahoning counties, call NDC Heating and Cooling in New Waterford, Ohio, where our thermostat is always set on quality.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. Dan Abolish tweeting out, congratulations to Boardman's Terrence Thomas. Terrence Thomas has verbaled to continue his football career in 2022 as he will go to Purdue, or at least he has verbaled that he wants to go to Purdue. He is looking to become a slot receiver. Terrence Thomas is a 3-year starter for the Spartans. He will be entering his senior year at Boardman High School. So senior wideout or slot receiver Terrence Thomas from Boardman High School has verbaled to Purdue, and we'll see if he puts pen to paper and becomes a Boilermaker in 2022. But that is the first of what I believe is going to be an awful lot of names that are going to be putting pen to paper to some various Division I schools. And this is another conversation that I have had for many, many years. There's a fascination, I think a borderline obsession with a lot of people in thinking that if you're not going to a D1 school, that you've somewhat failed. And that's got to be the most ludicrous thing that I've ever heard. The reality is, if you're playing high school ball and you're blessed enough to get some, most, or all of your education paid because you're good enough to play your chosen sport, you're good enough of a player in your chosen sport to have a college give you a partial, a majority, or a full scholarship. It doesn't really matter if you're going D1, D2, or D3. First and foremost, and I've said this, it's not even about your talent. The people that are looking for the talent for their chosen team on whatever sport you're playing, they're not going to be looking at your talent first and foremost. They're going to be looking at your grades, because you're going to need the grades in order to get to, in order to play in college. You're going to have grades. You're going to have to be able to have a good enough grade in high school to where you'll be able to be desirable from that regard. And then people are going to be looking at various things. The way you play the game, when you're on the sideline, the body language. What kind of a person are you away from your sport? Are you someone who has been taking part in a lot of really good things at your school? What kind of a home life do you have? Is your parents both very much involved in your life? There's a lot of different variables that go along with this. But the thing that drives me nuts is when I hear people say, well, if I can't get a Division I scholarship, it's just, I guess I didn't do a very good job. What? What kind of nonsense is that? If you get your education paid for, some Division II program get your education paid for, or you get a partial scholarship in Division III, but you're smart enough where they give you a full ride academically to make up the difference. It doesn't matter where you're going to college. The fact is, you get an opportunity to play college athletics. It doesn't matter where you go to college. The fact that you're getting an opportunity to play on the college landscape is the be-all, end-all. Obviously, everyone wants to be a Division I player in whatever sport. But it doesn't matter if you're a D1 player. Let me throw this out here and remind everyone of some things. And I'm going to use football as an example because begrudgingly football is the most popular sport in America. I'm not going to be like some of the people in baseball that still think that their sport is number one when it's not even close. Football is by far and away the most popular sport in this country, and frankly, there isn't anyone remotely close to football. Neither here nor there. So I'm going to use football as an example. Do you realize that the greatest running back, or one of the greatest running backs in the history of the National Football League, not named Jim Brown because he is universally the greatest running back to ever play the game, but we're going to throw him out for just a second. One of the greatest running backs in the history of football, not named Jim Brown, did not, and I'll repeat, did not go to a Division I school. He did not. He went to an FCS school. Back in the day, it was called Division I AA. His name, Walter Payton. Did you know that the greatest, or widely known as the greatest wide receiver in the history of the National Football League did not go to a Division I college? Did not go to a Division I college. He went to an FCS school. Back then it was known as Division I AA. Jerry Rice did not go to a Division I college. I'll take it a step further down. Did you know there is a Hall of Fame receiver that played his entire career, or I don't want to say his entire career because he did end his career with one other team. But he spent most of his career with the Buffalo Bills playing in the Jim Kelly era. And he is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And he played for a Division II school. Andre Reed is his name. And arguably he's the greatest wide receiver in the history of the Buffalo Bills. He did not go to a Division I school. And to make it local, did you know that there was a wide receiver that played for the Indianapolis Colts when Peyton Manning was throwing him the ball? And he has also played with the Washington Redskins and has had a very productive career in the National Football League. And he did not play in a Division I school. He did not play in a Division II school. He played in a D3 school. His name, Pierre Garçon. Here's something that you're going to find to be somewhat funny, but it's 1,000,000% true. It does not matter where a player goes to school. If you got the goods and you want to play on the grandest stage, if you got the goods, the scouts are going to find you. They're simply going to find you. Doesn't matter where you go to school. If you got the goods, the scouts will find you. It's the same thing in every sport. If you got the goods, the scouts are going to find you. It doesn't matter if you go to a prestigious Power 5 university that cranks out all kinds of talent year in, year out. And it doesn't matter if you go to a D3 school where you don't play anywhere close to the competition. It doesn't matter. If you have the goods, the scouts are going to find you. And it does not matter what sport you play. If you have the goods, the scouts are going to find you. I can tell you right now, there's a number of baseball players that played college baseball in Division III, D3, the lowest of the ranks, other than junior college. And there's plenty of players that play Division III baseball that are currently playing Major League Baseball. Because at the end of the day, if you got the goods, the scouts are gonna find you. Doesn't matter what school you go to. And it's irritating as hell to hear people sit back and poo-poo, well, you didn't get the D1 scholarship. And the fact that a kid is going to be able to play college athletics, I'm celebrating anyone that does it. Whether it's watching on national TV, the Power 5 conference folk, or watching someone at Stambaugh Stadium, or Beagley, or the Farmers National Bank Field, or Eastwood Field. I don't care. You're playing on that level. You're playing college athletics. And if I'm going to a D2 school, Ashland University, Malone University, Slippery Rock, some of the other D2 schools around here, I don't care. If you're playing college sports and you're not paying for your education, or you're not paying nearly as much, you've done something well. And if you stick around here and go to Grove City College or Westminster or Mount Union, or go out to Ada where my father went to school at Ohio Northern, or go to Grove City College and hang out in the hang out over in the oh gosh, what's the great place that they have? The outlet malls. And get your gear in the outlet malls. Doesn't matter. As long as you're playing college sports, it doesn't matter where you're going. You're playing college sports. You get to play the game a few more years. Celebrate that. Doesn't matter if you went to a Division I school or not. Celebrate the fact that you've got a college an athletic future in your future. You're going to be playing college athletics. That's something to celebrate. Absolutely is. So all this talk about, you didn't get to D1, so you're never going to be able to make it to the next stage. Really? Okay. Especially in baseball. I mean, look, Scotty Knox is a year older than I am. He graduated from Columbiana High School. Columbiana back then wasn't exactly it still isn't exactly a huge school. Scott Knox went to college, and I got news. He was already being looked at by scouts in high school. They already knew who Scott Knox was when he was in high school. He was already on the radar because Scott Knox brought enough to the table and had the goods to where scouts said, this guy can play. He can go to the next level. Whether it's college or the pros, he can go to the next level. And he came from little tiny Columbiana High School. Who was it? Bobby Hoying went to one of the smallest schools in the state of Ohio and got a full ride scholarship to play quarterback at Ohio State University. And oh, by the way, played in the National Football League. And he came from a teeny tiny school in high school in Ohio. If you have the goods, the scouts are going to find you. It's the bottom line. It just is. It's the bottom line. All right. In baseball tonight, the Indians taking on the Minnesota Twins. That's an 8-10 start. The Pirates are in St. Louis. That is an 8:15 start. Bucks looking to get another victory over the Cardinals, who have fallen on some hard times as of late. Pirates looking to pick up their 28th victory of the campaign. Meanwhile, the Indians 10 games above 500, looking to take their second straight game from Minnesota. They won last night 4-1. Man, it's amazing what this team is doing. Mejia, he went 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And then you had the law offices of Parker, Shaw, and Karinchak. Oh, yeah. The back of the bullpen did their job, and we get a winner. The Indians pick up their 41st victory of the season. They've won 7 of their last 10 games. They will look for their second straight victory over the Twins tonight at 8:10 in Minneapolis. And by the way, good to hear that Tom Hamilton and Jim Rosenhaus are finally back broadcasting the games on the road. They're finally on the road with the team as we're now starting to slowly get away from COVID, which, man, we can't come fast enough. It's unfortunate, speaking of getting the stadiums to go to full capacity. Major League Baseball has most of the stadiums in the United States up to full capacity. I don't know if anyone saw last night's game in Montreal. Canadians haven't been to the Stanley Cup final in, 20-some-odd years. And actually about 18 years, I beg your pardon. And a Canadian team hasn't been to the Stanley Cup final since Vancouver did it about 10 or 15 years ago. They're not allowed to have full capacity at the Bell Center in Montreal. Canada, sadly, is behind the United States right now when it comes to COVID. One of the reasons why, as of right now, and it's probably going to stay this way until at least the end of July, the Toronto Blue Jays are not leaving Buffalo anytime soon. They have been using the home of the Buffalo Bisons, the Blue Jays AAA affiliate. They have been using that ballpark as their home because Prime Minister Trudeau is not opening up the border. They're not allowing the Americans in. They have closed the Canadian-United States border, and it's been closed since the uprising of COVID began last winter. And the border's been closed for quite some time. And Canada's not in as good a shape as the United States right now. They're still dealing with COVID. Not nearly as we're not in nearly as bad a shape as Canada is. Hence the reason why they're not opening up their arenas to full capacity, which is a damn shame because the Bell Center would have been rocking last night. The Montreal, they are considered to be the National Hockey League's version of the New York Yankees. And they are, I don't want to say they are Canada's team because the Canadians, I mean, there's 6 or 7 other teams in Canada. I mean, you got Ottawa, you got Toronto, you got Winnipeg, Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, I think one other team. So, there's plenty of representation in Canada in the National Hockey League. But it seems like everyone in Canada has now become a fan of the Montreal Canadiens. They upset Las Vegas last night to win the Western Conference, or what is considered to be the Western Conference, which is weird because Montreal's an Eastern Conference team, but because of COVID, they had the Canadians as the 4 seed, took on the top seed Las Vegas Knights, the Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights were a heavy favorite. And last Friday we had Callahan on, our hockey guru, and he said, hey, it's Montreal has little to no shot in this series because Vegas is that much better. He also said, the Islanders, little to no shot at beating Tampa Bay. Well, Montreal knocks off Vegas in 6, and the Islanders are playing Tampa Bay tonight in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, with the winner taking on the Montreal Canadiens for the Stanley Cup. And when we get the Stanley Cup going, whether it's Tampa Bay taking on Montreal or the Islanders taking on Montreal, whoever wins this game tonight is going to have home ice advantage. So games 1 and 2 will be played in either Tampa or Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. The final year that the Islanders are going to be on the island at Nassau Coliseum before they move to Brooklyn. And whoever wins tonight's game, games 1 and 2 will be in their home ice arena. And then games 3 and 4 will be played in Montreal. And unfortunately, only 5,000 people are allowed in the Bell Center in Montreal. This is a place that holds 23,000 people. And unfortunately, you're just not going to have a full boat in Montreal. And it's a damn shame because one of their own, one of the 7 Canadian teams has made it to the Stanley Cup Championships. And because of COVID, you're not going to see a capacity crowd at the Bell Center in Montreal. Such a shame. Just such an absolute shame. All right, 330-886-0813, the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline open for business. We're back with more after this timeout on ysnlive.com.
No matter what the weather, be prepared with a reliable, efficient Rude gas furnace or air conditioner from MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. Call your energy-efficient expert, MP Vivo, today for a free estimate.
Here at MP Vivo, we rely on Rude, and so should you.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
"60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love."
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life. and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy-efficient experts.
If you're looking for a new Ford vehicle, why shop anywhere else but Tri-State Ford? Choose from our great selection of new Ford models. Plus, we've got you covered with our exclusive Tri-State Ford Advantage. It includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty with your new Ford. Come see why so many customers from the Tri-State area buy their new Ford at Tri-State Ford.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Running Point, presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. Ron Potesta with you. The MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline open for business, 330-886-0813. That's 330-886-0813. Scrappers taking on the West Virginia Black Bears tonight. That is a 7:05 game tonight. 6:50 is airtime on the network, and we will have the pregame show starting at 6:50 on the network. It is fireworks night at the Ball Yard. Fireworks tonight. Fireworks tomorrow night at the ballpark. And here's the deal with that, especially for tomorrow night. So I want to skip forward to tomorrow night. Last Friday, West Virginia was in town, and every Friday the club shoots fireworks when we're able to. Last Friday, we were not able to. There was a lot of wind in the area, and the management felt that it just was not something that was a good idea. Being that it was windy, just not a good idea. If you shoot a firework up and it's going straight, all of a sudden the wind takes it and you go way out here, and then you get the debris coming from the firework, or God forbid, the firework never shoots off, and then it shoots off on the way down. And could cause some damage. You have to make sure that there is not a lot of wind when you're shooting off the fireworks. And last Friday there was more than enough wind to make fireworks a bad idea. So last Friday night we didn't shoot the fireworks off. The fireworks from last Friday night are going to be shot off tomorrow night at Eastwood Field. So if you have a ticket still laying around from the June 18th game, if you have a ticket still hanging around in your possession from the Scrappers game on Friday, June the 18th, bring that ticket with you on Saturday, because you can exchange that ticket, the ticket for the June 18th game between Mahoning Valley and West Virginia. You can exchange that June 18th ticket for equal or lesser value for tomorrow night's game. Tomorrow night is when we will shoot off the fireworks that were supposed to be shot off last Friday. So if you still have a ticket from June 18th in your possession, go to the game tomorrow night, go to the will call window, and exchange your June 18th ticket for a ticket of equal or lesser value for tomorrow night's game. and you will be able to see, free of charge, you'll be able to see the fireworks after Saturday night's game. But tonight, the regular Friday night fireworks at the Ball Yard, 7:05 game time, as the Scrappers take on the West Virginia Black Bears. The two teams are separated by just 1/2 a game. The Scrappers are a half a game ahead of the West Virginia Black Bears. Now, last weekend, I should say, 3-game series. The Scrappers won game 1. Game 2 was a tie. And game 3 was won by the West Virginia Black Bears. So it wound up being 1-1-1. And the Scrappers left Dodge a half a game up on the West Virginia Black Bears, right where we started on Friday. And the Black Bears left town 1/2 game back, just like we had it last Friday. So once again, this Friday, Scrappers 1/2 game up on West Virginia, hoping to take at least 2 out of 3 to gain a game on West Virginia and send them out of the Mahoning Valley a game and a half in back of the Scrappers. But the Scrappers 1/2 game ahead of West Virginia. A 7:05 game tonight, a 7:05 game Saturday night, and a 4:05 game on Sunday as the Scrappers take on the West Virginia Black Bears in a weekend series at Eastwood Field. If you want tickets to each of the 3 games, give the Scrappers a call. Their number is 330-505-0000. That's 330-505-0000. Or you can go online, mvscrappers.com. mvscrappers.com. We can tell you that the Scrappers do have the number 1 run producer, leading the league in RBIs with 23 is Jason Hinchman. Teammate Bobby Sparling is 3 runs batted in back of Hinchman with 20 runs batted in. Tucker Mitchell, who is playing for the West Virginia Black Bears, he will come into tonight's action with 17 runs batted in. He is number 3 on the list. And Dan Harwood is number 5 on the list. Harwood is driven in 16. And Jared Belbin from the Scrappers has also driven in 16 runs. So we've got 4 of the top 6 performers in the runs batted in department. So, that's pretty damn incredible that we have that. As far as at-bats are concerned, batting average, trying to find a player that has an awful lot of at-bats to get themselves into the conversation for the highest batting average. All right, 41 at-bats. Lance Logston from Williamsport has a 366 average. Bobby Sparling has 74 at-bats from Mahoning Valley. He has a 365 batting average. So Bobby Sparling having himself a whale of a good season as he is hitting 365 on the campaign. We also have some leaders, or among the leaders, in the home run category. Jason Hinchman, who leads the league in RBI, has 2 home runs. So he is currently putting himself into a tie for 6th place. 1 home run in back of a quintet of players. Marcus Page from State College, Jordan Hollins from Trenton, teammate Carson Matthews from Trenton, Tucker Mitchell from West Virginia, and Zach DiRenzo from Frederick. They all have 3 home runs on the campaign. So you got 5 guys at 3 home runs on the campaign, and then you have a group of kids with 2 home runs on the season, and leading that group is Jason Hinchman from the Scrappers, and then Mitch Hundley has 1 home run for the Scrappers, and Buck Anderson has a home run as well. Of course, he is the answer to a trivia question. Name the player that hit the first home run in the history of the MLB Draft League, and that would be Buck Anderson. Opening night, hit an opposite field home run over the left field wall. That was the first home run hit in the inaugural MLB Draft League. All right, games going on tonight in the Draft League, as we made mention. Mahoning Valley is home to West Virginia. Who do we have? Home playing Trenton is Frederick, and State College will be at Williamsport. All right, so Frederick is home to Trenton. Mahoning Valley is home to West Virginia. And Williamsport is going to be home to State College. And that will be this weekend as we play some Draft League baseball this weekend in the various ballparks. And again, it's a 6-team league. The Scrappers being one of the 6 teams. And the attendance has been pretty good. The attendance has been pretty solid this year at Eastwood Field. The fans have had an opportunity to check out the style of play. And truth be told, it's been a fun year. Now, obviously, you'd like to have the time of the game shot down a little bit less than where it is now. A lot of games are taking well over 3 hours, and that all is contingent upon, as we've made mention before, how many walks are each team giving up, how many errors are each team making. If you have a clean game, chances are that game is not going to take very long to play. Even a slugfest, if it's a clean game, even the slugfest won't take nearly as long as the pitchers are not walking a lot of guys and the both teams are playing error-free baseball. Here's a note that just got passed along via The Athletic. North Carolina State and Vanderbilt are playing in the College World Series semifinals. North Carolina State is undefeated. Vanderbilt has 1 loss. Today's College World Series semifinal game, and I'm reading this verbatim by The Athletic. Today's College World Series semifinal game between NC State and Vanderbilt has been delayed due to several Wolfpack players being put in COVID-19 health and safety protocols. The game is now going to be played at 3:07 Eastern Time. That's 20 minutes from now. So again, several Wolfpack players have been put in the COVID-19 health and safety protocols. No word on how many starters, how many pitchers, no word on the who these players are. But according to The Athletic, today's semifinal World Series game between NC State and Vanderbilt has been delayed due to several Wolfpack players. Several NC State Wolfpack players have been put in COVID-19 health and safety protocols. No word on how many of those kids are starters. No word on how many of those kids are pitchers. But the game is now set to be played just after 3 o'clock our time. And boy, what a bad break for NC State. They're undefeated in this tournament. For Vanderbilt to go to the championship round, they would have to beat North Carolina State 2 times in a row in order to send the Commodores to the World Series Championship Series. But they catch a break as several Wolfpack players have been put in a COVID-19 health and safety protocol, meaning that those Wolfpack players, they're not playing baseball. That is a really tough blow to the Wolfpack. Now, again, we don't know how many of these kids are starters. We don't know how many of these kids are encompassing the rotation or the pitching staff. What we do know is several North Carolina Wolfpack baseball players are in COVID protocol, and that is not a good sign for NC State at all. We're going to take a final timeout. Be back to wrap this bad boy up. Stick around. It is a Friday edition of Running Point on ysnlive.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we go the extra mile for you.
By finding you the right vehicle at the right price.
By giving you confidence in your vehicle with the Greenwood Advantage warranty.
By guaranteeing you financing,
regardless of your situation or credit history.
And by being with you for every mile of your journey.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we do whatever it takes to go the extra mile. So, how can we go the extra mile for you?
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
This is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, why shop anywhere else but Tri-State Ford? Choose from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we've got you covered with our exclusive Tri-State Ford Advantage. It includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty with your pre-owned vehicle and much more. Come see why so many customers from the Tri-State area buy their pre-owned vehicle at Tri-State Ford.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we go the extra mile for you.
By finding you the right vehicle at the right price.
And by being with you for every mile of your journey.
Visit greenwoodchevrolet.com and tell us how we can go the extra mile for you.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists.
located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, this is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Bad credit, no problem. I can get you approved for a low-interest loan and maybe even a low-payment lease on a new car at the #1 Chevy dealership in Trumbull County for 3 years in a row. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved or come see me, Tony Page, to get a new vehicle today. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
And thanks a lot for tuning in on this Friday edition of Running Point presented by Greenwood Chevrolet on Mahoning Avenue in Austintown. We'll talk on Monday. Anthony Hardwig and I will be back on Monday to go at it again, noon to 3 on the Monday edition of Running Point. Stick around. DJ and the boys coming up next with Power Hour. They'll take you through the 3 o'clock hour. Have a great rest.